Let's be real. It feels like every single day there's some new AI model, some new tool that's supposed to change absolutely everything. And if you feel like you're just constantly falling behind, you are not alone. But here's the secret. Getting started is way simpler than you think. And this explainer, this is your roadmap.
Does this look familiar? That little bit of anxiety that you're missing the boat, that the AI train has kind of left the station and you're not on it? I can promise you, pretty much everyone feels this way.
But here's the good news, and I really want you to hear this. You are not behind. And by the end of this, you're going to have a super clear, actionable plan that'll put you way ahead of the 99% of people who are still just spinning their wheels. Okay, so first things first. Before we can build anything, we have to clear the ground. We need to tackle the biggest mental barriers that keep most people totally stuck. Let's bust some myths. Let's just get the biggest one out of the way right now. This idea that you need to be a programmer or some kind of technical wizard, it's just not true anymore. Today's AI tools are built for regular people, not just engineers. Honestly, if you're curious and you're willing to play around a bit, you have everything you need. I promise, zero coding ahead. And what about the speed of it all? You know, you've got ChatGPT, and then Claude, and then Gemini. It feels like a new model drops every week. But honestly, most of that is just noise. The fundamentals, the core skills that actually matter, they don't change nearly that fast. And that's exactly what we're going to focus on. And that feeling that there are thousands of tools you have to learn, just forget it. The reality is, you can do about 90% of everything you could ever want with just a handful of really solid, versatile tools. The rest are just kind of repetitive or for super specific, niche tasks. We're going to focus on that essential few. So now that we've cleared those myths out of the way, it's time to find your personal starting point. Because here's the thing, there is no one-size-fits-all approach to AI. So let's figure out which path is the perfect fit for you. From what I've seen, almost everyone falls into one of these three camps. So which one are you? Are you an everyday explorer? You know, someone who just wants to make life a little easier. Save some time summarizing articles or drafting emails. Or maybe you're a power user. You want to create more, solve bigger problems by making different tools work together. And then you've got the builder, who wants to go even deeper and automate entire systems, all without touching a line of code. Just think for a second. Which one of those sounds the most like you?
Okay, so once you've got a path in mind, you need the right gear for the journey, right? Let's break down the only categories of tools you really need to know about. This makes the whole AI landscape way less scary.
Believe it or not, almost every AI tool you'll ever hear about falls into one of these 5 buckets. You've got your large language models for text, research tools to pull information together, and then all the generators for images, video, and audio. That's pretty much it. When you see it like this, it's a lot easier to wrap your head around.
The foundation of almost everything is the LLM, or large language model. You can think of these as the engines inside tools like ChatGPT or Claude. They're trained on just unbelievable amounts of text, which makes them incredibly flexible. For most of us, this is your starting point and, frankly, your most important tool.
So this is really, really important. The tools themselves, they're going to change. New ones will pop up, old ones will fade away. But the skills you build around them, those are timeless. And that's where you get the real long-term advantage. Seriously, if you only take one single thing away from this entire explainer, let it be this. The most essential skill in the world of AI is learning how to ask good questions. We call it prompting, and getting good at it will make a massive difference in every single result you get from any AI. And you don't need to be some fancy prompt engineer to do this well. Just remember this simple little structure: aim, context, and rules. First, state your aim. What do you actually want? Then give it the context it needs. Who's this for? What's the background? And finally, add your rules. Any constraints, like a word count or a specific tone of voice. Just look at the difference here. Write about productivity is fine, but it's so vague the AI has to guess what you mean. But the after version, it's got a clear aim, it's got context, it's got rules. The result you'll get back won't even be in the same league. This tiny shift is a total game changer. All right, that's enough theory. Let's make this real. Here is a super simple step-by-step plan that you can use to get started like the second this explainer is over.
It's just a simple 3-step loop. Number 1, identify a real pain point in your life. You know, a task that's annoying, stressful, or just takes way too much time. 2, pick one tool, just one, that can help with that single problem. And 3, use those prompting skills we just talked about to refine your requests and iterate until that problem is solved. That's it.
And that really brings us to the most important takeaway of all. The goal here isn't to chase the next shiny object or use AI just because it's the cool new thing.
The goal is to apply it thoughtfully to solve actual, real-world problems. That's how you get real value out of this.
So forget about trying to keep up with everything. It's impossible. Just focus on the fundamentals, start with one problem that you want to fix, and just begin experimenting. The only real question left is, what are you going to solve first?